Hey, it's A Humble Collector here, and today's video we're taking a look at the 4-panel death card of Johann Zweimuller. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So this is actually a World War I card, and panel 1 here we have, who has greater love than he who lays down his life for his friends? And then moving to the interior, we have this very nice full-page photo of Johann. This is actually an Austrian card, so this is an Imperial Austro-Hungarian Empire card. I think it's the first one I've ever actually done on this channel. I feel like the other handful of World War I cards, I had the one US card and a bunch of German. But super cool photo. We can see that Johann here is smoking a cigar. He has his bayonet on his hip. Has some kind of decorations hanging off his shoulder board there. I'm not super familiar with Austrian uniforms. But yeah, just really neat photo. His hat's on the table there. Just really cool. But moving to panel 3. In Christian memory of the respected gentleman Johann Zweimuller, a farmer at Michael Mungut in Schottenbrook, part of the Landsberg parish. He was an infantryman in K.u.K. Infantry Regiment 59, who fought for 4 months on the Russian and 3 months the Italian theaters, and on May 15th, 1916, at the age of 30, suffered a heroic death for the fatherland from a shot in the head. So for those of you who haven't seen any of the World War I cards covered in this video, unlike the World War II cards, World War I cards tend to have the unit and fairly often the cause of death as well. But I was actually able to find a ton of information on Johann's unit. It was known as the Erzherzog Rainer Regiment, which was named after Archduke Rainer, who was the owner of the regiment from 1852 to 1913, so just prior to the war. Based on the unit war diary, Johann would have joined the unit while they were fighting in Poland, and he was then with them when they were transferred to South Tyrol. And they were involved in the South Tyrol Offensive, where Johann would be killed in Italy. And the offensive began at 6 a.m. on May 15th, the day that Johann died, with a 369-gun barrage. And on the first day of the advance as part of this offensive, the regiment would capture Coston Ridge. So it seems like Johann was actually killed in probably that fighting leading up to the capture of Coston Ridge. And what's interesting is the May 15th, 1916 is actually May 15th is now the Memorial Day for the regiment, because of their actions on May 15th, 1916, which is pretty cool. Some other interesting stuff I found, there's a march that you can look up here on YouTube. It's called the Rainer March, which is like the regimental song. They actually have a regimental museum in Austria, and I'll go ahead and put the link for the museum's website in the description. It's super cool. I actually reached out to them. They replied back to me, so I got to talk to them a little bit. They checked in like their documentation they had. They didn't have any records of Johann, so I wasn't able to dig up any more information that way. But they seem super cool, so I'm going to put it down in the, like I said, the description. So if you happen to be in Austria or somewhere in that area, you want to check it out, it seems like they have a nice little museum there. Now, moving to the bottom of the card here. My husband is no more. The joy of my life, we sadly look back and forth for him in vain. My wife, father, and brothers and sisters, don't weep. It was my duty to protect the fatherland. I have fought and suffered in the bloody field. I have also fallen as a Christian hero. I beg you all, don't forget me. Praying for a warrior is a Christian duty, and also for everyone who is out in the field. Remember them, too, in your prayers. Then moving to the reverse of the card here on panel 4. Don't worry your heart. You believe in God. Believe in me, too. For I go to prepare a place for you. So yeah, super cool card. Like I said, I think it's the first Austrian card I've done on the channel. And yeah, just a ton of information. I think it's so fascinating the regiment actually has a museum, and there's so much documentation on it, so definitely give them a look. Yeah, overall, just really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you guys. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll see you all again very soon.